you're welcome to this video. In this video, we'll be looking at divisibility rules. You might be wondering, why divisibility rule? What do I need this for when we have calculator? Yes, you can use calculator. You can use calculator to determine whether a number can divide a number. But in this case, we want to learn the alternative. If you don't have calculator, how will you determine that? So you are preparing for exam and you're not allowed to use calculator. So what will you do? So if you know some basic rules or simple rules, so you'll be able to do them without calculator. So that is the essence of this. So you pay attention to this. Now, we start with the number 2. We all know we can start with 1 because 1 can divide any number without remainder. You still get that same number. So let's start with 2. 2, a number will be divisible by 2 if that number ends with this 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 6 and 8. So if the number we are using to want to divide ends with any of these 5 digits, you can see what I said now, 5 digits, not number. If the number you wanted to divide by 2 ends with these 5 digits, because if I have 248, 8 is a digit is in 248. 2 is also a digit, but both of them have different values in this number. So the 2 has the value of what? 200, while the 8 has the value of what? 8, which is units. So this one is the place of what? 100, while this is what? The place of what? Units. I hope I'm making sense, right? So if that is the case, so any number that ends with these digits can be divided by what? 2. Simple. Hope that is clear. So we'll move to the next one, which is 3. Which is 3. Now, for 3, for you to know if a number is divisible by 3, such a number, the digits in that number, the sum of the digits in number must give you a result that will be divisible by 3. Again, so it must, the sum of its digits must be divisible 3 or be a multiple of 3. Multiple of what? 3. We're still going to talk about multiple later on, not in this video. There are some numbers that you will know ordinarily that this number 3 can divide it. 3 can divide 3. It can divide 6. It can divide 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and so on and so forth. All those are there because you have a multiplication table in your head. But if you have a larger number, for instance, you have 2, 1, 6. This is 216. Without this rule, you cannot determine instantly that this number is divisible by what? 3. What do I mean? So the rule says that the sum of its digits must be divisible by what? 3, or be a multiple of what? 3. So if we add the digits together, this is digit 2 plus the second one 3 plus this, it gives us what? 9. 9 is a multiple of 3 and 3 can divide it. Hope I'm making sense. So therefore, this 216 is divisible by what? By 3. I hope that is clear. Right? So that is that on 3. So we'll move to the next one, which is what? 4. 4. Divisible of 4 is this. We have, if you have a large number that you want to use, you want to divide, there are some numbers that we can get if 4 can divide them or not. But in the case of this, if you have a large number, you want to decide if 4 can divide it or not. So this is the rule. So the last two digits of the number, if that last will form a number that 4 can divide, then the whole number is also divisible by what? By 4. Let's take a look at this. We have, let's say, 3216. 3,216. We want to decide if 4 can divide it. So what is the last two digits here? That is 16. So it's formed 16. So and 4 can divide this. That means 3,216 is divisible by what? By 4. Let's look at this calculator now. So if I should put this 3,216 divided by 4, I have 804. Divided by 4 gives me what? 804. So that is the rule. You can see it's so simple. So that is that and that. Then rule 5. For 5. So 5, the same thing with 5. 5 is so easy. So it's just like 2. So 5, a number is divisible by 5 if the number ends with these digits 0 and then what? And 5. That's straightforward. If the number ends with digits 0 and what? 5. Thus, for instance, you have 800, 5 can divide this. 405, 5 can divide it, because the number ends with 0. Don't forget, the number ends with what? 0. So 0 is also part of digits, because in the old world we are making use of decimal, that is base 10 system of numbering. So, and we have just 10 digits. And what are the digits? We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They are 9. So all the numbers that we are forming, trillions, billions, millions, thousands, they are in between these 10 digits. So we put them together to form the numbers. Hope that is clear. So very important to take a look at. So that is 5. For 6 now. For 6. So 6, a number is divisible by 6 if the number is divisible by both 2 and 3. So it will be divisible by 6 if 2 can divide it and 3 can also divide it. So if 2 can divide a number and 3 can also divide it, then we can say that such a number is divisible by what? By 3. So let's look at this. So if I have 2, 5, 6. Now, when looking at this number ends with 6. So 2 can divide it. 2, good. So let's look at 3. Can 3 divide it? How? We add the digits together if it gives us multiple of 3. 2 plus 5, 7. 7 plus 6, that gives what? 13. So in that case, 3 cannot divide it. So that means that this number is not divisible by what? 6. So 6 cannot divide it. So this must divide it, this must also divide it. So let's look at another example. We have 500. This is 9, right? Let's put 3. No, let me put 3 here. Let's put 3 here and 4 here. Good. So as we have here 534, 2 can divide it, right? What about 3? 5 plus 3, 8. 8 plus 4, that gives us 12. 12 can divide it. Then in that case, 6 can divide 534. I hope I'm making sense. So let me clean the board and move to the next one. Alright, let's look at the 7th rule. Rule 7. So now, as you have it here, the difference between twice the last digits. So I would like to make use of example to solve it. So assuming we have 700, example 743. That's 743. We want to test if this is divisible by what? by 7 or not. So let's look at the rule. So the rule is that the difference between twice the last digit here is 3. So that is, we multiply, that is 3 times 2, which gives what? 6 of the given number, and the remaining part here is what? 74. The difference between the two, that is 74 minus 6. So that gives what? 68. Right? So is 68 divisible by 7? No, because 63 is divisible by 7, so 68 cannot be divisible by. So in that case, because 7 cannot divide this one, it's not the multiple of 7. So then we can conclude that 743 is not divisible by 7. Divisible by 7. 7 cannot divide this exactly. So let's look at another example here. So let's assume we have 455. Let's check for this one. So the rule is that it must be equal to 7 or be equal to 0. Multiple of 7 or equal to 0. So let's look at this one. The last digit here is 5. That is 5 multiplied by 2. That is 10. So the remaining number that we have here is 45. That is 45 minus 10, which gives us 35. So 7 can divide what? 35. 35 is a multiple of 7. So in that case, we can conclude that 455 is divisible by what? 7. So that is that on the rule of what? 7. I hope that is clear. Good. So let's look at the rule of 8. So the rule of 8 is the next. For the rule of 8, so this one is when you have a large number, right? So we look at this. Number 1 is this: if the last 3 digits of such a number, are 0. This you have, for example, you have 4,000. So the last 3 digits here are what? 0, right? So this means that this number 44,000 is divisible by what? By 8. So if you look at this, divide 40 by 8, that gives what? 5. That is 500. So divide by 8 to give you 500. Is that taken? Think of any other number. For example, if you think about the 312,000, right? Divided by 8. So this one is the same thing, is divisible by 8. Forget about what you have here. Since the last 3 digits here is what are what? Zeros. So in that case, this number is divisible by what? 8. So let's look at this. So this is 312 divided by 8. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get 39,000. So is that clear? The second rule under this is this: if the last 3 digits again is also divisible by what? By 8. You understand? It's also divisible by 8. But that one, you know, it must be something we don't need to consider. We can consider that as well, but you have to check your calculator before you know that it's divisible by 8 too. For example, you have let's say 3,280. So these last 3 digits, before we compute that it's divisible by 8, must also be divisible by what? By 8, and we can check that. So can 8 divide this? So 8 in 28, that is 24. Remainder what? Remainder 4. In 45, that means you get 35. So you can see 8 can divide 280. So therefore 8 can divide 3,280. I hope that is clear. So that is that on 8. So we'll move to 9. For 9, any number will be divisible by 9 if the sum of its digits form a number that can be divided by what? 9. So that is when we conclude that such a number is what? Is divisible by what? 9. So it must, for example, if we have 3, 5, 1. So this is 351. Is it divisible by 9 or not? So what we need to do is just add it. That's 3 plus 5 plus 1. That is what? 9. So that means that this number is divisible by what? By 9. But if you have, for example, if I should rearrange this now, let me rearrange this. 5, 1, 3. This number 2 is also divisible by what? By 9. Because addition of it 5 plus 1 plus 3 will also give me what? 9, which is divisible by what? By 9. I can rearrange it again as 1, 5, 3. This is also divisible by 9. I can also rearrange it to be what? 1, 3, 5. It's also divisible by what? 9. Anyhow it is arranged, you still get the same things. It's divisible by what? By 9. So all these numbers you can confirm it. Use your calculator to confirm if this is divisible by 9, this is divisible by 9, and this. Right. So is that taken now? So that is for 9. For 10. For 10. 10 is straightforward. A number is divisible by 9 by 10 if that number ends with what? 0. It ends with 0. So any number that ends with 0 is divisible by what? 10. Just name it, whether 2 zeros, 3 zeros, 4 zeros, any zeros. 0, it was 0. So for example, you have 4, 10 is divisible by 10. And so on and so forth. So we move to 11 now. 11. This is straightforward. So what we're going to do, we want to determine if a large number will be divisible by 11. There are some that you can get if the number is divisible by 7, like 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99, 121, and so on and so forth. But when it comes to thousands, how will you do that? So this is the rule. The rule is that, let me use example to solve it. So the rule is that you add the number in the even position, the digits in the even position together, add the digits in the odd position together, find their difference. So if the difference gives you a number that is divisible by 11, then the whole number is divisible by 11. Let's look at this. We have, let's say, 10,857. So we want to check if this number is divisible by 11 or not. Right? So what are the digits in the even position? Let's start with even position. So even, this is the even. We've done that already. So the even position, we have 0 plus 5. That gives us 5. Odd position. This is the first one, plus this is the second one, 8. This is the third one, which is what? 7. So let's add this, that is 16. So let's subtract the 2. That is 16 minus 5. That gives us 11. So in that case, this number is what? Divisible by what? By 11. How that is clear. This example. So we have, let's say, 53,275. Let me use 153,000. Good. So let's start with even. So even position here, 5, 2, 7. So that is 5 plus 2 plus 5. That gives us 12. Odd position. Odd, we have 1 plus 3 plus 7. So this is 11. So the difference, 12 minus 11, that gives us 1. So you cannot divide 1 by 11 exactly. So in that case, this number is not divisible by what? By 11. Hope that is clear. So that is that on 11. So we move to 12 now. For the rule of 12, so this, what we did when we were looking at 6 is something we're going to do. So a number will be divisible by 12 if such a number is divisible by 3 and 4. If 3 can divide it, 4 can also divide it. In that case, such a number is divisible by what? By 12. So let's look at an example. We have 5,864. Let's have this. If for 12 can divide. So the first thing is, let's check if, so the rule of 3, don't forget, the addition of everything must give us a number that is divisible by what? 3. So that will be 5 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4. This is 13 plus this 19, 23. So can we say that 3 can divide 23? No. This is 10. 18, 23. So in that case, since 3 cannot, it must be 3 and what? 4. So there's no point to test for 4. Right, since 3 cannot go. So it means this number is not divisible by what? By 12. So let's look at another number. Look at the numbers I have here. So 7,356. So let's check this. So the first, let's check for 3. 7 plus 3, that is 10. Plus 5, 15. 15 plus 6, 21. So 21 is divisible by what? By 3. So it remains 4. Can we say this is divisible by 4? So don't forget the rule of 4. The rule of 4 is that we look at the last 2 digits. The last 2 digits. If the last 2 digits formed a number that is divisible by 4. So can 4 divide 56? Yes, because 4 here is 1, 4 here is what? 4, 4. So therefore, we can conclude that this number is divisible by 12. So we have one more, which is 13. So let's look at it here. The last rule that we're going to be looking at in this video is this. So 13. So we use example to explain this. But let's look at this. If the last digit is multiplied by 4 and the product added to the rest of the number gives a multiple of 3. So let's look at this number. Let's say 123. We want to check if this is divisible by what? 13. So the rule is this. The last digit, which is 3 here, we multiply by 4. So that is 3 times 4, which gives us 12. Right? Then the last 2 digits, the last number here, and the product added to the rest. So the rest of the number is 12 plus 12. So this is 424. Is 24 a multiple of 13? No. 24 is a multiple of 12. Exactly. So let's look at another example. Let's say 117. So the last digit we have here is 7. So that is 7 times 2 times 4, which gives us 28. Right? So added to the remaining number, which is 11. So let's add, this is 9, this is 3. So 39, is it a multiple of 13 or not? 39 is a multiple of what? 13, because 13 can divide this one. That gives us, this is 13 here. 13 can divide this 13 times 3, that is 9, 39. So so that means that 117 is a multiple, is divisible by what? By 13. So that's how you get for 13. So that is the end of this video. So what I would advise is for you to get acquainted with these rules is for you to jot down. You can watch it again, then after watching it again, then try to apply it anytime you're solving math, because this rule will be very useful in a subsequent topic, which is factors. So we're looking at factors and other things. So we see on the number. So meet you in the next class, in the next video. If you are new to this channel, so kindly subscribe to this channel and invite your friends. You can share the videos with your friends. If you have any comment, any problem, any questions that bothers your mind, whether on this video or anything on mathematics, so just put it down and write it in the comment section. I'll surely give you the answer to the problem by God's grace. So we'll meet in the next video. Bye bye for now.